Hello, YouTube. It is your boy Dave coming back with another video, and it has been 2 years since I last made a video, and I kind of want to talk about that because I didn't realize it. I didn't realize I had not put a video out on the channel in over 2 years. I guess a lot has changed, both for me as well as just the nature of things. Um, and I guess I could talk about some of that, just so, sort of like an update video and all that. And I'll start by saying, like, last year was rough. I think for everybody it's been rough, but generally speaking, at least for me, it was rough because I was unemployed for like a good couple of months. Um, so just trying to find a job, especially in this economy, whew, not the best, not the best. But at the very least, we managed to get through it. I'm working again, so that's always good, and we're at least back on somewhat solid ground. So I'm fine with that. Um, besides that, besides that, just getting back into work and all that, and I really haven't really been doing too much in terms of like let's plays or videos. I've tried, and this is always a sad thing to say, but like I've tried to do some, and a lot of it would fall through because it'd be like there would be an idea or I'd have an interesting kind of thought to do something, pop, and then it would just kind of fall through because I would want to do something, or I had an idea to do something, and then just nothing. And I was like, like I would make a video, and I'd get excited to make a video, and um, then I felt like I shot myself down, and I said, never mind then. So I would just not bother with it. But I'm doing a Let's Play now, and I decided to because, I felt like it's been a while. Yeah, insert joke here. It's been a while, and all that stuff. Uh, yeah. Let me get back to the comfier zone. There we are. Turn the lamp off, or the ceiling light lamp. No, lamps aren't ceiling. You know what I mean. I'm brain farting right now, but we are. But for the most part, last 2 years have been interesting to say the least. But I would say this year has been a little bit better. I was unemployed for a month. That was interesting. Just a lot of shit happened, and I kind of don't want to go into it, but I'll keep it a buck 50 with you. It was a lot of stuff relating to my job and the job I had currently gotten, and it was just a lot of like managerial fuckery that was going on that just made it not as worth working at, I guess. But I kind of went back because at this point the economy and the job market is so fucked. Trying to find a job is just absolute goddamn madness. I'm not going to deny that. Still though, I am definitely happy about the position I'm in right now and all that. But regardless, Dead Island. Dead motherfucking Island. I absolutely love this game. I can say that. I think I've done a Let's Play of this game previously, and I think it was very short. I think it was maybe an episode or two, and I was going to do a video of this maybe about 20-30 minutes ago, and then I kind of just deleted it. The whole reason behind deleting it was just like, I just didn't... The intro didn't feel right, some things didn't feel right, there was like some loud noise in it, and I just wanted to redo it, give it another shot, because I really want to do videos. I really want to make videos and enjoy that, because I don't know, there's been a lot of shit that's happened, and I feel like the Let's Plays I make, I look at them as a way of like archiving a moment in time, and 2 years of my life have kind of been forgotten to a certain extent. Mind you, those 2 years, I've basically just been, searching for jobs and struggling and doing all this other stuff. Not on top of everything else that's been going on, of course, because it's certain something, but it's been a hell of a time, to be honest with you. But enough, talking miserable about life and all that. Let's enjoy this moment, shall we? So, Dead Island. Dead motherfucking Island. I goddamn love this game. Something about the way it looks, something about the way it plays. It's not a complex game, at least not that I see it. It's fun. It's very fun. And I kind of wanted to do a Let's Play of it because, well, it's a game that I was like, hey, you know what? I've played as Sam. I've played as fucking Logan, the two dudes you can play as. Besides, I know that you play as the other guy, but that's kind of like its own side story and all that. So I figured, fucking, why not? I'll get a few of the missions done because I really want to do the building. That was always one of my favorite parts of Dead Island is the beginning area. When you're inside the building and you're exploring and you're kind of like, you're just like, and you're sneaking through, not really sneaking, but you're kind of just going through the building, beating the shit out of things. That was always a fun part. But yeah, no, I very much love this fucking game and all of the stuff it does. Because it's cool. It is cool. Barbed wire. But yeah. I've been going back and playing a lot of PS3 games and all that recently. Just because yesterday I went to the thrift store and I bought Tony Hawk's, what was it? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Not Pro Skater. It wasn't Pro Skater 5 or anything, no. It was Tony Hawk's Project 8. And I was like, I played it before, twice actually. I beat the PS2 version, which I actually think is probably my favorite version of that game, weirdly enough. The other versions they're good. They're good.
I'm James. You don't know me, but I sure remember you. Me and Cinnamoy had a slight difference of opinion. He wanted to stay put and wait for help. I wanted to get the hell out of there. So I got the hell out. Now, we're working on setting up the lighthouse to signal for assistance. We sure could use your help.
Yes.
Now, if you want to get up...
Unlike farther up the coast, there's a couple shipwrecks.
Of course.
Good.
But yeah, no, I was really interested in playing some of the more new
Her name's
games.
Linda. She needs paint.
I'll try.
Thank you.
Let's see, tell me where it hurts.
That is exactly what I needed.
I was in I lost contact.
Of the Black Hawk.
Hey, that plane might be our ticket out of here.
That mission, oh my god. I hate this mission just because it is one of the weirdest. Okay, so I'll explain this one real quick. Nighthawk is one of the weirdest missions in the whole game because you can't do it until way later on. Like, because by the time you get to the jungle, you're basically near the end of the game because there's the 4 areas of the game. There is the resort, which is the first area, the city, which is the second, the jungle, which I believe is the third, and then there's the research area, which is kind of like its own little sub area within the jungle, and then there was the 4th area, and I kind of forget where the hell that is. But yeah, I don't know why, but I kind of want to talk about this real quick. On the subject of like video games and all that, I was thinking about getting an Xbox Series X, and I'm still debating it because it's a system that I'm like, wow, big fancy machine. At the same time, I am hesitant as hell because, like, insert comments about the AI problem that is persisting right now.
God damn, we follow James. Marcus went to check.
I'm not going to deny this, but, like, I am so tired of saying anything about, AI or the issues that AI causes. Because I hate AI. I really do. I think everybody does. I don't think I know a single soul out there in the world that likes AI. Besides one guy, but that guy's weird, and I'm just gonna say that frankly, because yeah. But besides that one specific person, um, I usually just I don't like AI. I don't like how much RAM and how much resources it uses, and how much money these companies are willing to throw into it because it's just so silly. It's just so fucking dumb. Especially when everything gets really ridiculously expensive. It's like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Do we really got to do this? You know, I don't know. To me, it just seems really exhausting. And then I know Xbox said, and this probably will date the video, but whatever, um, that they're gonna increase prices from I think it was like 400 to like 500. I think now it's gonna be like 600 or something for the Xbox Series X, which is quite a bit of money. But at least it's not as bad as as Valve with the Steam machine, like 1,200. I don't think I've ever heard of anything getting to 1,200. Like, that is legitimately insane for anything. Like, I am sorry, but like, I could not pay that much for anything. $1,000 for a fucking what is basically like a little portable. I'm going to assume just from the way it looks, like PC. Which I guess for the size it would definitely make sense, but like. God damn, when this RAM shortage thing, like, when it's finally no longer an issue in a few years, I'm going to assume at least, I really hope the price of tech kind of goes down somewhat, because this is just insane, just how bad it's gotten, where it's like, there's just RAM hoarding and all this other stuff, and technology at this point has gotten really bad, like, and I've said this to a friend, I'm like, if I'm going to buy a computer, which right now I am not in the market for, I could not care, because it's not to say, like, oh, I don't want to play anything on PC or whatever, but I'm just like, I'm an old man. You know, I'm playing a PS3 game, for fuck's sake, like, you know, I am an ancient fossil of a human being. I enjoy some older stuff, and you know, more frankly, when it comes to tech, I don't need like a super big dick gaming PC. Like they're nice, they're cool, and they can definitely be very useful, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. I'm not going to deny that. I think, you know, if you have like one for like VR or stuff of that nature, it's very cool. But it's also something that you have to have quite a lot of money. And I feel like if you if you built a PC, let's say around 2019 or something, I'll assume that you're still going to be pretty decent, pretty well off still. Like maybe this is my skewed view of things, because I know like you know, like there's the PS5 now and there's the Xbox Series X, but I really don't think we've progressed that far technologically. Like we have, you know, big dick technology, but it's not like that crazy anymore. It's not like it's not like the transition between like the PS1 to like the PS2 where it's like, wow, look at all that. That's a lot of graphics, you know. I don't know. I'm just talking shit, I guess. You know, I'm kind of just annoyed, I suppose. God damn, okay. You'd think a Molotov would really take that bastard down, but I guess not. And screw another one, might. Seven damage! What? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, that's more numbers. Yeah, I can see why I never really use Molotovs. They do jack diddly fucking shit. Then again, they're in water, so maybe that affects it. Oh, I am just getting my ass beat. Jesus. Okay. Fuck this, we're going like full rage. Asshole. Anybody else? No? Okay. It didn't even give me anything. That sucks. No snacks. I think we're just gonna go. We're just gonna upgrade sharp damage, maintenance, life insurance. I kind of want to just keep upgrading on this side, just so I can get something in like this area, because I do like having more inventory. Or this is really useful, because then you can open up some of the boxes that are around the thing. It seems like stamina is her thing. Merchant. I don't even buy shit. For severing limbs, extra XP. It's kind of fine. Stamina regeneration, durability. That seems like the most useful one, and yet it's all the way at the bottom. Like, I think for Sam B, I think his is like really early on. So yeah, a lot of her perks kind of suck ass, honestly. Like, like this one is like the super useful one, but like let's see, and then these I usually are like, you know, whatever. Yeah, no, her stuff is really sucky, honestly, because she really doesn't have that many like cool stuff she can do. Knife. I guess I could do. Let's see. You're less likely to attract the enemy's attention. I guess we could do that just so that way. Okay, so we just need to put 3 points into it, and then we can get the other set. Okay, that's good at the very least. But yeah, no, like I've been curious about getting like the Xbox Series X, because I know like there's the PS5, but I'll always say this, and it'll always sound a little weird, but the last time I was really excited for like a Sony thing was honestly the Vita. The Vita was the one thing I was really excited about, because I was like, it was the last time Sony really made a portable. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't buy it at launch or anything, because I knew that I always saw it more as like the JRPG machine, where there was a lot of like RPGs and there was a lot of stuff of that nature, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, that's fine, but I was just never interested in it. Honestly, I got the Vita somewhat recently because of, this is gonna sound fucking ridiculous, pinball, because there's so many good pinball tables on it. There's so many good pinball games. Actually, there's like I think 5 or 6 of them, if I remember correctly. There's quite a bit.
Name's Marcus. I was fixing this piece of shit when these things came out of nowhere.
Okay, get to the transformer. Okay, but yeah, no. But the PS3 is probably my last real Sony system I was excited for, because like the PS4, I was just kind of like, yeah, that seems fine. Whoa, holy shit, what? We got a gold weapon this early in the fucking game? God damn. That's really good. That's I think this game still works off Borderland logic, where it's like white, blue, purple, gold, I think it was. So like gold is like the really good stuff. It's like the legendary. So we got a legendary wrench. Kind of weak, but it seems like it does pretty good damage, so I'm keeping that. That and these two. Yeah, I was not expecting that, to be honest with you. But yeah, no. Oh shit, okay. Okay, we're running. But let's see. What other stuff is going on in my life, if I may say, while we beat the ever-loving shit out of the undead? You know, I can say that I've you know, I've been feeling pretty good. It's a hot day today. Hot as fuck. Hot as balls today. Like, I sincerely hope if you're living in Europe, you have an AC unit. I know Europeans don't, which blows my mind. Like, I heard a report somewhat recently that apparently a bus driver in Europe, I forget where specifically, but they apparently crashed the bus because they got so overheated. And I am like, what the hell are they doing over there? And I mean this like full sincerity. Like, I mean, then again, I guess, they've never really had a heat wave over there, in all fairness, but I'm just like, holy moly, man, how do you not have anything to, like, I guess support yourself when it's hot as balls? Like, usually, I mean, even if you're a little grandma, you're gonna have a little fan, you're gonna have a little AC, a little something to keep you cool, because goddamn, nobody should be dealing with the heat. Shit sucks ass, But that's like one of those, like, water is wet type things. Like, I think everybody and their grandma knows when it's hot, shit sucks ass. Because it's fucking hot. Okay, watch this. Bye. Damn. Oh, right, I forgot about this. There is one mechanic in this game that doesn't amuse me. Which is, if you kick a zombie into, like, water, they can actually drown, which was always something that interested me. Since I think I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in any other, like, zombie media, where it's like, or at least in video games, where you can make them drown. Because usually with zombies, you have to either shoot them in the head, decapitate them. I mean, decapitating and shooting them in the head is kind of the same thing, because it involves the head, the face, $45. Only have at least 2,000. That's cool. But yeah, I just I kind of feel like wanting to play a little bit of this, and then I was probably gonna hop on and play Deltarune Chapter 5, because let me tell you something, folks. I have been excited for it, but I have also been terrified of it at the same time. And I say that because, like, there's been only 2 things I can think of where the anticipation and, like, actually going through and looking at it is almost like it's a lot, where I'm like scared to see what happens, but I'm intrigued to see what happens at the same time. It's like, holy shit. The 2 things I can really think of that really made me feel that way.
Everything. All stay.
Is fucking Deltarune and Angel Hair, which, if you don't know what Angel Hair is a indie series similar to, let's say, like, it started off as something that was considered more like analog horror, but I would not even consider it that by its own definition. Like, it's more like analog mystery with hints of horror sprinkled in lightly. It's like if we were to describe it as like a pizza, it's like one of those Italian pizzas that doesn't have, like, the sauce or the cheese or whatever, like a standard, like, American has or something. Not even like that. I guess best way I could describe Angel Hair is like analog mystery, effectively, where it's like there's a lot of analog suspense, I guess. I know I'm saying a lot of just shit that just starts with analog, but the analog horror genre, as it is kind of weird on YouTube, where it's like there is a lot of interesting series like that get involved with it, and I'm not going to deny it. I enjoy some of it, but Angel Hair always felt like an outlier, because it was one of the series where they did do quite a lot with it. There's like 3 seasons, which I think for any show is impressive, especially an internet show. And especially considering, like, I'll say this, I will always say this firmly, I gave a shit more about Angel Hair than I did fucking The Amazing Digital Circus, and that is a fucking real point. That is a real thing, I will say 100%, like, and I don't want to just be dunking on, like, The Amazing Digital Circus, because I liked it. I think there were some fun parts of it, and I think a lot of the narrative was creative and all that. I just kind of felt like they were running out of gas by the time we got to, like, the finale, because it was just like, I know Gooseworks was the one that was predominantly doing the writing. I think solely doing the writing, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. But I also think that, like, having someone else to sort of work with you is always nice, because some of The Amazing Digital Circus, I am just like, I don't fully understand. Like the fact that like some more interesting ideas that were kind of put in, like the whole CNA and some of the dynamics the characters have. Like, I would love to see more character dynamics that show could have had, but it felt like because of the fact that the writer, which once again Gooseworks, was more reliant on focusing on, you know, just Jax and Pomni, which is understandable, though they're basically like the main characters. But still, like, certain characters I felt like just didn't really get much of a resolve, and I feel like maybe in a few years we might see a continuation. And I say that now because I know Gooseworks has basically has stated already that they want nothing to do with the show because of the fandom, but at the same time, and this is something someone pointed out, I forget who, but I know someone pointed this out, where they were like, one of the biggest problems with something like, let's say, Gooseworks as a person is just the fact that they interacted so much with their audience that the audience was now kind of expecting it to be like, oh, they ask a question and they will give them an answer or something, rather than just not saying anything, kind of like what Toby Fox does, where, yeah, he might respond in a very esoteric way or in a very strange way or whatever, but usually he isn't going to be on Twitter all the fucking time or on Tumblr, you know, responding. Because I felt like there was a lot of cool stuff that could have happened with, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus. Like if they were to ever make, like, let's say, like a season 2 or whatever, I would have loved for them to kind of go more in depth with, like, let's say, because in the finale, like, Kane kind of uses the internet. Like, what happens if, like, that becomes more of a normal thing? Or, like, what if certain characters that were abstracted in the beginning, like, were able to, you know, be brought back or whatever, and then sort of them having to recover from, like, going through that period, you know, like, of abstraction. Like, I feel like that would be an interesting kind of dynamic, but then again, like, you can say that with a lot of projects that kind of ended off as they did, you know? Like, and that's kind of the sad thing, right? Like, I'll say this with, at least with Angel Hair, I feel like it got a satisfying ending, not once, not twice, but thrice, which is fucking incredible. Like, the first